Hi everyone. Today I would like to talk to you about image editing with AI. Let's say you've generated your image using AI and now you do not want to use Photoshop, you do not want to use any other similar tools, and you want to edit your image in the same place where you got it, in your AI image generator. But usually there are two main issues that come with that process. First issue is that the more you edit your image in your image generator, the worse the quality becomes, the overall quality becomes. And I will show you an example today. And another problem is change. The image just simply changes. So usually you would run into one of these two problems when you try to edit your image in your image generator. And today I will show you examples on which specific model creates which specific problem and how exactly I've tried to solve those problems in my image generation and editing process. Because I do not like using Photoshop, and in fact my Photoshop knowledge is quite surface level because I consider myself a merchandiser, not a designer, and I use AI to turn the visuals in my head into reality. So let me show you an example of what I mean and what I was talking about. This is the image that I generated. This is the original image that I got. And this is the image editor in the on the platform I use. Why I took this image into image editor? Because I do not like three things in it. Firstly, let me show you actually this image on a full screen. This is the same image that you saw right now, but on a full screen. And there are several things I do not like about it. Firstly, these lines here in the middle of the image and on the bottom, and this text, the bottle on the background because it does not represent my product, and the color of the headlines. And I wanted to change all of that. I would like to highlight one important thing. I have a strict rule for when it is allowed to edit an image and when it is not. This is a rule that I came up with for myself because I struggled a lot with image editing, and that rule says you do not take an image to image editor if you have to fix more than three things, because you are not allowed to do more than three generations in image editor. So why I came up with such kind of rule for myself? Because if you have more fixes to make, it becomes very messy because of the two issues I described earlier, because you constantly run into these two issues. And let me show you an example. So in this case, it was only three fixes that I had to make. First fix was, as I mentioned, I wanted to remove this line and this line and the text. And I did it. I removed them. Then, as I mentioned, I wanted to change the bottle to the bottle that is actually my product. Done. This is the image number 3, third generation. Actually, sorry, it's second generation. And this is the third image editing, third time I edited the same image. And basically, that's it. I've implemented all the changes I wanted. And now this image is ready for publishing. No, actually, that is not true. This image is not ready for publishing. By the way, I'm showing you on a full screen the same images that I have here. So this is the first one, and this is the sixth image. And I also have images with their numbers here so that it was easy for you to follow. Why do I say that this image is not ready? Let me show you a comparison of this image number 4 after 3 edits: first edit, second edit, and third edit. And this is the original image. This one is the original image. Let me show you what happened to this image. Even though it seems to me that it's ready, it looks that I fixed all the issues I wanted to fix. Let me show you why this image cannot be used yet. This is the tool that I use for image comparison all the time. By the way, if you see this line here, it appeared while editing. Don't get distracted by it. I'll remove it afterwards. So it's not the point here. It's easy to remove. So what I wanted to do here is to compare the image number 1, which is our original image, and image number 4, which is presumably the image that is final and is ready to be used, and where we fixed everything we wanted to fix. So let's firstly drag it to the left and see the original image. Let's just zoom in a bit, actually, to the lady's face. And let us now check how the image number 4 looks. Pay attention to her hair and to the skin texture. You see what happens when we drag it to the right? So when we basically see the image number 4 and image number 1. 4, 1. Let us zoom in closer a bit. If we zoom in even closer, the change becomes quite obvious here. We see different artifacts, and we see that the high quality image that looked like a photo, realistic photo, it turns into a painting, which I do not like. I do not like, yeah, visually, if we do not zoom in, it looks right. This is the image number 4. If we do not zoom in, it looks okay. And I might just give this image to the client and maybe they wouldn't notice anything. But if you do not want to do this, and if you want to fix this quality that got worse, then let me show you what I do. So what happens now? This is the image number 4. This image looks good overall, so everything is right, except for overall quality, which got worse after continuous editing. Firstly, I would like to highlight that it depends a lot on which specific model you use. In my image generations and image editing process, I mostly use Google Nano Banana Pro, and this is the most famous and well-known model. Because what is it? Why it is so nice and why it is so popular? Because it combines two very important features of an image editor. Firstly, it follows the prompt precisely. Very often it will do what you request, even if your prompt is quite complex. And second, the quality of the images it generates, it's very high. That's why this is the go-to option for your image generation. I usually generate mostly with Google Nano Banana Pro. But if we talk about image editing, the more you edit with Google Nano Banana Pro, the worse the quality becomes. And this quality degradation, which I've shown you in this comparison, happened when I used Google Nano Banana Pro for editing. So let me show you how many models I actually have here. I have 14 models here that can be used for image editing, but I only use Google Nano Banana Pro and Flux models. Let me explain you why. Google Nano Banana Pro follows your prompt the best, and it's basically the best combination of image quality and prompt following. But it has a problem, which is quality degradation, which becomes quite visible after several edits. That is when I start using Flux. The Flux model, for some reason, I'm not sure how it technically works, but Flux model manages to fix the image quality. In fact, Flux 2 Max, the following model, Flux 2 Max, is actually the best in terms of small details and high resolution. It is the best model to generate the highest quality images from what I saw, from my experience. But the problem with Flux is that you cannot use it for edits because it does not really follow your prompts precisely. That is why the Flux is used by me only when I want to fix the image quality, because Google Nano Banana Pro and Google Nano Banana 2, they do not fix the image quality if you request them to fix it. So let me show you final examples. This is image number 5 and image number 6. Here they are, image number 5 and image number 6. This is an example of what Flux might give you. I requested in my prompt to keep all the details the same, just improve the overall quality. But what you can see it changed a bit the image. The background became less blurry, and skin texture, color, skin actually has changed, which I do not want to happen. So this is what happened. This is the problem with Flux. That is why I use Flux only for final fix, only when I need to fix the image quality and not to edit the image itself, not to change something in the image itself, because it does not really follow the prompt. It's not very good at following the prompt, but it's good at fixing the quality in the image, which became worse after several edits. So you might ask, why don't you request Nano Banana Pro to fix the quality? If you ask Nano Banana Pro to fix the image, if you use the same prompt, I tried that multiple times, if you use the same prompt as you used with Flux, it just doesn't fix it. Nano Banana Pro or Nano Banana models, they do not fix the quality of the image. They do not enhance it. If you provide some image as a reference or use some image as a base image, they will work with its, as far as I understand it, they will work with its own pixels, and they will not regenerate a new image from scratch. That is why this image loses quality more and more, and Nano Banana is not capable of fixing the quality of its own images. That is why I use Flux model to fix the quality of the image. But it does not work all the time, because, as I mentioned, Flux sometimes does not really follow the prompt precisely. What I'm trying to say is that you want to edit your image using Nano Banana Pro because it follows your request. It does what you want from it. But you do not want to make more than 3 edits. That's why I have such a rule. Because after that, the quality becomes too bad. The image quality becomes much worse than the original. That is why if you do not like the overall image quality, or there are too many details to change, it's better to adjust your original prompt and to generate your image from scratch. Because in that case, the quality again will be 100%. Imagine it like this: with every edit in Nano Banana, your image quality falls from 100%, then to 90, then 80, then 70, etc. And the more edits you do with Nano Banana, the worse the quality becomes. But with Flux model, it seems like it generates every time the image from scratch. That is why the quality of the image, like here, the image number 4 and the image number 5 and number 6 are the images that were generated with Flux models. But this is one example. The image number 5 is an example of why it's not very good for image editing, because it does not preserve the image looking the way it looked. So this is how I wanted it to look, but just with a better quality, just with this artifacts fixed. And this is what it gave. As you can see, Flux model changes the image. It does not look like the original. So just to compare, the Google Nano Banana Pro changed only what I requested it to change, while Flux model improved the overall quality of the image. So let me zoom in. It improved the overall quality of the image. The hair started looking like a real hair from a photo, not like a painting. But at the same time, it changed the image a bit. That is why I use Flux model at the end when I need to enhance the image quality. I try different prompts. I have several prompts saved that usually work for me, but even those prompts are kind of random and you don't really know which of those prompts will work. And talking about Flux model, I would like to highlight that mostly I use Flux to Max and Flux to Klein, because Flux to Max is the model I noticed that first creates the image of a highest quality, while Flux to Klein is kind of combination of Google Nano Banana Pro and Flux to Max, because it also improves the image quality and keeps it a bit closer, a bit more similar to your original image, but the level of detail and the overall image quality is lower than Flux to Max. So what do I do now? I got these images. I got these 6 images, and the final 2 images, even though are better quality, they do not represent the image that I had originally. So this is the final image, image number 4, and I wanted the same image, but with higher quality, not with the painting instead of skin and hair. But I got these 2 images, this one and this one. And here we have a choice. This is what I usually do. Here we have a choice. If I like this image, if I'm okay with the change that Flux made, because the change will anyway happen with Flux model, if you enhance the image quality, the change will happen, and it's quite obvious here. If I'm okay with this change, I might keep this image instead of image number 4. So I might keep this image number 6 instead of image number 4. Not image number 5, because I do not like it. I like image number 6 more. So even though I wanted this one, I might keep image number 6 because it also has a quality good enough, and the skin that lady has also kind of represents the text and the message I want to deliver. And if I like it, I might just keep this one. But if I do not like this image, and if I still want the image to look exactly like in image number 4, so I want to fix the hair and the skin, what I would do is I would take this image number 4, to Canva, as I did right now, as I did here, and I would take the original image where the quality was still 100%. I did not like the details, but the rest of the image had a 100% quality because it's the original image. It was just generated. I would take this image and I would just remove the background in this image to leave just the lady, and I will apply this image right on the top of this one. So basically I will replace this lady from the image number 4 with the lady from image number 1. Here you go. Save and export. What I do now is I just upload this image without the background on Canva, and I will simply do this. Look at this. So we have absolutely the same image. I might only reduce its transparency to maybe 90, just for it to look a bit more natural. Here you go. You basically fixed the image. You fixed part of the image. Maybe you want to do the same with the text, and we can extract the text the same way from a different image we have. For example, from image number 5, we can just export this image entirely, upload it the same way to Canva and manually using Canva's eraser, pixel eraser, remove everything around the text from those images and apply the text right on the top of our text. And maybe the colors will not match a bit, but we'll click edit, then we'll click adjust, and we will just adjust a bit the colors so that they look natural on our image and that the change was not visible. Let me just download this image now and compare it to image number 4. This will be our image number 7. Alright, what I did is I uploaded this image to image comparison tool, and this is the tool. Here is the link. It's absolutely free, by the way, if you want to use it. I uploaded it instead of image number 1, and here is our image number 4. It's unchanged. I did not touch it. And let us check again the quality of the image. So this is our image number 4 on the right, and this is our image number 7. It's untitled because I forgot to name it image number 7 after downloading, and it's quite obvious that the quality is better here. So let us just compare the overall image look. So here you go. Our image is again at 100% quality, and it's ready to be used, and the hair does not look like a painting anymore. So this is it. This is how I edit my images. So basically, to sum up, I generate an image. If I like how it looks overall, if I like the overall layout, and if there are no more than 3 fixes to make in image editor, I take it to image editor. I implement those fixes using Nano Banana Pro or Nano Banana 2. And after that, I need to enhance the quality of the image, and I use some simple prompt asking to remove artifacts or fix the image quality or something like this. If you want to know the specific prompts I use, you might just leave a comment and I'll share them. It's not a secret. I just do not want to stretch the video anymore. So I edit the image with Google Nano Banana, and then I improve the image quality using either Flux to Max or Flux to Clean. And then if I get the image I like, I use it. Or if I do not get the image I like, I might just cut out the fixed parts from the images that Flux gives me. I might just cut out, or I might just cut out the parts from the original image, and I just apply them on the fixed image after that I got after 3 edits. And that's it. So thank you for watching. This is how I edit my images and the structure I try to follow. And if you have a better structure, if you have some advice, or if you have your own SOPs that are more efficient than this, feel free to share them in the comment section. Thank you for watching and wishing you great sales. Bye bye.